Hey everyone, and welcome back to Lesson 19. Today, we're jumping into something super useful, how to talk about what's happening right now. Sentences like he is walking or she is reading. Stick with me, and you'll have this down in no time.
So here's what we've got on tap for today. We'll start with the one main rule you need to know. Then we'll see it in action with some examples. After that, we'll practice saying it out loud together, and then you'll get a chance to try it yourself before we wrap everything up. Let's get started.
Okay, let's dive right in. The whole point of today is to build sentences that say what he or she is doing at this very moment. And to do that in Hindi, we'll be using the pronouns ya for someone who's close to you and wah for someone who's a bit further away. All right, so how does this actually work? Well, the good news is it all boils down to one simple but super important rule. And you know what? It's all about gender. This is what's called the present continuous tense. It's just a fancy way of saying we're talking about something that's in progress. So to say someone is doing an action, we take the basic part of the verb, the root, like ja for go, and we just tack on a special ending. And here it is. This is the key to everything today. The ending you add totally depends on if you're talking about a guy or a girl. For a male subject, you add raha hai, and for a female subject, you add rahi hai. Seriously, that's the main thing you need to remember. Okay, so enough with the rules, right? Let's see this thing in action. It's way easier to understand when you see it in a real sentence. Let's check out a few examples. Take a look at this one. Rahul is going. The name Rahul is obviously masculine. The root verb for go is ja. So since he's a guy, we add our masculine ending, raha hai. Put it all together and you get Rahul ja raha hai. See? Pretty straightforward. Now let's switch it up for a feminine example. Seema is working. Seema is a female name, and the verb for to work is kaam kar, kaam kar. So, because we're talking about a woman, we add that feminine ending, rahi hai, rahi hai. The whole sentence becomes Seema kaam kar rahi hai, Seema kaam kar rahi hai. Notice how just that little ending changes? That's the magic. Let's do one more masculine one, just to lock it in. David is living. The verb root for live is re. David is masculine, so we add, you guessed it, raha hai, raha hai. So we get David re raha hai. The pattern is exactly the same. And one more for the feminine side, Anna is going. The verb root again is ja. Anna is female, so our ending has to be rahi hai. And we get Anna ja rahi hai. Perfect. You're starting to see the pattern now, right? All right, you've seen how it works. Now it's time to actually do it. Trust me, hearing yourself say these things out loud is one of the best ways to make them stick in your brain. So let's do this together. Super simple. I'll say a sentence, and then I'll leave a little space for you to say it right after me. Ready? Let's go with the masculine form first. Repeat after me. Ye kaam kar raha hai. Ye kaam kar raha hai. Awesome job. Let's keep that momentum going and try the feminine form. Ready for the next one? Okay, your turn. Repeat after me. Yeh reh rahi hai. Great work. You've seen the rule, you've said the sentences, and now it's time to test yourself. It's just a quick little quiz, so no pressure. Just a chance to see if it's all clicking into place. All right, first question. How would you translate he is living into Hindi? All right, first question. How would you translate he is living into Hindi? Take a second, think about that verb root and the right ending. And the answer is, yeh reh raha hai. We use reh for live, and because it's he, we have to use that masculine ending, raha hai. How'd you do? I bet you got it. Okay, round 2. What about she is going? Think about the verb, and then think about the gender. What ending do you need? Let's see it. The answer is, ye ja rahi hai. The verb root for go is ja, and since we're talking about she, we need that feminine ending, rahi hai. Fantastic work. And you made it through. That wasn't so bad, was it? Let's do a super quick recap of the most important things we learned today, just to make sure it all sinks in. So, when it all comes down to it, what's the big takeaway? It's really simple. When you're talking about what someone is doing right now, the verb ending changes based on their gender. For a man, you add raha hai. For a woman, you add rahi hai. And don't forget, you can use yaha for someone nearby or waha if they're farther away. You did a really fantastic job today. This is such a core rule in Hindi, so the best thing you can do is just practice it. This week, when you see people around you doing things, try to build a little sentence in your head. That's how it really becomes second nature.
Hey, if you found this lesson helpful, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next one. You can also follow me on Instagram for more tips. And if you're ever interested in getting some personalized one-on-one lessons, just shoot me a message there or send me an email. Thanks so much for learning with me today.